12 Verge Podcast. Check it out. Well Pod's experience. All day, all night. Refine and redefine your life.
So, Nico, also I would like to introduce Vispy Kharadi to you. We call him the Steel Man of India. He's a 17 times Guinness World, and he just broke the world record for...
Oh, wow.
Speakers, yeah.
Correct.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That is insane. Congrats.
हाय माय नेम इज़ माधव. मैं काफ़ी सालों से आईटी में वर्क कर रहा हूँ, जिसके कारण मुझे नेक में काफ़ी पेन होता था और मैं बहुत परेशान था इस वजह से. फिर मुझे सेटअप राइट पे बहुत अच्छा प्रोडक्ट मिला और इसमें वो आप किसी भी एंगल पे एडजस्ट कर सकते हो, इसकी हाइट को एडजस्ट कर सकते हो. और जब से मैंने इसको यूज़ किया है मेरे पोस्चर में काफ़ी इंप्रूवमेंट आया है और मैं पहले से बहुत अच्छे से वर्क कर पा रहा हूँ और मैं डेफिनेटली सबको रिकमेंड करना चाहूँगा.
Nico, but insane is something that you've lived being the bloodline of the legend Muhammad Ali.
Very well put, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's weird for sure.
and you know, your name was on top of my chart just because I wanted to, you know, speak someday to at least the bloodline of the legend and understand what
Thank you.
you've got from him.
Nico, how do you feel about it? Like everybody talks about this
What
bloodline and all.
what is the feeling?
You know, I'm used to it now because I've been getting it my whole life. Everyone loves my grandfather, so it's something I can't really be upset about it because it's all love. Everyone loves him, and I love him. So you know, I will support anyone who wants to support him because it's my family, it's my grandfather. So I just it's cool that everyone still is talking about him.
Very nice. So we've seen many legends into boxing,
Yeah.
but everybody doesn't love them. It's only one.
Yeah.
Your grandfather he's loved by everyone.
I know. It's very weird. It's because of the way he lived. I think the way he lived is way more important than what he did in boxing. So that's important for me to do.
And he brought charm to the ring actually.
Correct.
Yeah, he brought excitement. He brought entertainment to boxing.
Yeah.
You know, just two people punching each other wasn't enough before. He added a new layer of humor and excitement and entertainment, and he changed the game.
I always call it the aura that he created around the ring.
He was.
For sure.
And when we talk about Muhammad Ali, I get another name in my head, Mike Tyson, and Nico calls him his family. So could you describe it for us? What is it like growing around people like Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson? How does it help you to grow in life?
Well, it's amazing being around these people that I actually look up to. Like my grandfather was the only guy that I looked up to. And then obviously when I started boxing, I knew about Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's been around in my family since before I was born, but I didn't know who he was. Like I just thought it was it's Mike. But I didn't know about the boxing side until I started boxing. And I was like, wow, this guy is absolutely ferocious. And then I started looking up to him for his boxing, and it's been amazing being able to be around someone like him, someone that I looked up to for boxing. He helped me a ton. Mike helped me a lot with my amateur career. When I first started boxing, he was there for me. So it's been a blessing.
Nothing like that, right?
Nothing like that.
Nothing. I can't make it up.
Yeah.
The fight of yours, I saw that there was some tiff towards the end with a guy from the gang. What was that?
I went to shake everybody's hand after the fight, and one of his cornermen slapped my hand and didn't want to shake it. So I was like, you got to get this guy out of your corner. He's not respectful. But emotions were high. Obviously, they were upset that they lost. We ended everything. The opponent came to our dressing room and wanted photos with everybody. So we took photos, and they apologized. So we ended things good.
Yeah. Normally it happens, right?
Yeah, it's boxing. We're fighting. You know, emotions are high. It's no big deal for a fight, which feels weird.
Okay.
It felt weird.
Still, you deserve all the congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
And as Vispy sir always say about combat sports, that it is all about respect.
Yeah,
It is-
no, it's a gentleman's sport.
Correct.
Any martial art,
Yeah, you think
And,
because you're fighting that it's no respect, but it's the complete opposite.
yeah. So normally what I say is a martial artist never deserves a respect only by winning in a ring. He deserves just by the gesture and just by the emotion that he has trained a lot. And
Yeah.
that deserves respect.
That's right. It just showing up is enough. Just showing
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
True that. And Vispy, sir, who was the guy probably that you looked up to when you were growing in your sports career, and how did he help you?
I looked up to many legends, and I learned the perfections of many different legends across different martial art forms, right from boxing to judo, karate, kickboxing. Right from even bodybuilding, Arnold Schwarzenegger, because I love strength training. So he was there. Sylvester Stallone was there. Van Damme was there. Dolph Lundgren was there. He is one of the most
Underrated.
accomplished martial
Yeah,
artists.
correct.
Yeah, and underrated. And and if I mention names like Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson with them, it doesn't sound right. They are actual fighters.
Fighters.
And these are and some of them are real martial artists, but they are they are superstars of Hollywood. But again,
True.
you accept it or not, I looked up to them because that was the only medium available to me to watch them, rather than the boxing fights available those days to watch it. The movies were available, so that's what motivated me. And then later on, when I started martial arts training, so I saw all these legends and learned a lot of things from different martial art experts. And there I started pinpointing and choosing different forms. What like Mike Tyson is absolutely ferocious, like how he barges into an opponent, how he punches, especially the close combat thing. Nobody's better than Mike Tyson. That's what I can say, and that's what I learned. Because for me, martial arts is not about fighting in rings. It's about combats on streets, and especially with the forces. So right now it's 2:30, 2:45 a.m. in India, and we are amidst the jungle, and I am training. If I just pan the phone, and you can see the training is on with Indian Army.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then it is so
Wow.
sweet of you and very kind of you to join us as well and give us your time.
No, I'm always happy to be here because the guests and the legends you get. So right now I am with the bloodline of Muhammad Ali.
True that.
Can't even imagine talking to you, Nico. And I watched your latest fight right now, and my son is into martial arts, and he watched your fight. We discussed about your fights.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So Nico, when we talk about fights, please take us through what is that final moment feeling and mindset when you get into a cage to fight, where you have probably the license to kill as well?
Honestly, I feel peace. At that point, I'm calm. I don't, whenever I get ready to fight, I don't want to have any anger or emotions or anything. I don't want to have any of that in my head, and I don't, because when you fight with emotion, you normally fight poor. So I'm normally just calm. When I step into the ring, I'm just calm and I'm ready to go, because all the hard work, all the anger and emotion is in like training camp when you're killing your body to make it there. So by the time I get there, it's all calm.
Only experience and training can make you say this.
Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right.
Also, what I saw with Nico in his last fight in Dubai, that when he enters that ring, he was all smiling, laughing, chilling, and I was just wondering in my head, this guy is there to kill. But then when you control your mind with peace, I think everything is achievable.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, so I would suggest all the young athletes around the world to watch Nico enter those rings every time.
Thank
You know,
you.
yeah, they should get motivated and they should be inspired by Miko and learn how to enter the ring with complete respect to the opponent.
Vispy sir, what is your lookout on carrying the mindset and the feeling whenever you go for a record or a fight or anything of that sort?
It's the same thing. To be very honest, my answer is the same. There are no emotions. You know, I visualize my records or my stunts way before I do it personally. So that visualization impact is still there, and I just keep on visualizing that happening around me. Just before the stunt, 3 days, 4 days prior, I keep visualizing that, and that is already, that has already created a big impact mentally to me, and that's what happens. So I am the moment I enter that arena to perform a stunt or to perform a Guinness World Record, I think I'm already confident about it that I'm going to make it, something like that. And that's how we smile when we enter, because you're confident about your training, you're confident about whatever you've done throughout, and results don't matter then.
I see. And Nico, when it comes to visualization, how do you value visualization in your life for your achievements?
It's huge. It's huge for a fight. Anyone who competes, not even just fighting, anyone who competes at a high level, visualization is so important. I train, and when I'm done training, I'll raise my hands like this because that I want to visualize. That's what's going to happen after my fight, right?
Wow.
So visualization's huge. I always visualize the ring, the arena, the crowd, the opponent. Without visualizing on the night of the fight, I would be shocked to see it. But I've seen it all before, so visualizing is key.
Okay, Miko, I just wanted to ask you, this is especially for the young athletes here in India. I have seen a lot of these athletes cut down their weight like hell before the fights, and they drop their energies and all. I want you all to advise them about it. How do you go ahead with it?
Man, it's real dangerous when people cut drastically. It's not healthy. Even though you can do it, even though your body can do it, it's not healthy to do. So my advice would just be to always stay in shape. I'm always, or not always, but for a majority of the time, I'm in shape. And in shape is within 15 pounds of what I'm fighting, because I can lose 15 pounds in 4 days. Like 50 pounds is nothing, and it's healthy. It's healthy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'd rather feel good losing the weight than just lose all that weight and not feel good. So I would say just stay in shape
and lose the energy too.
Yeah, it's not worth it. It's very unhealthy. You could take some serious brain damage. You just put yourself at risk.
True.
You're putting yourself at risk.
So I've seen a lot of these athletes into MMA and boxing and kickboxing. They lose their weight just to enter that weight category.
Yeah.
And then they harm themselves.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah. No, it is a problem. That's just stay in shape. Fight at your weight. Fight at your weight.
Yeah. Exactly.
Cutting down on the weight is something which is a very major part of every combat sport.
It's a common phenomenon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it has to be done scientifically. That's more important.
True.
Yes. Yes.
How important is nutrition over training? Since you just mentioned you try to be in shape all year round.
Yes.
Almost all the time. What is the training?
He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to try.
He already is. True that. How do you stay that consistent? And what do you have to say about consistency?
The biggest motivation for me to stay in shape is being out of shape. When I was out of shape, when I let's just say fat. When I was fat and I had to get back in shape, it's awful. It feels terrible. You have to do so much more work to get back to where you were. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So I try to stay right here in shape, so that, because if I get fat, the jump from being out of shape to in shape is terrible, and it feels awful to do. So it's just not worth me doing it. So I just stay consistent.
He's completely right. The only reason to be in shape all year round is to cut down from the double hard work that we'll need to do to get back in shape. And Vispy sir, what about you? Your training routine, how consistent are you?
So I'm not in bodybuilding professionally, but I love strength training to improve my skills into martial arts. So now, the earlier days when Bruce Lee was there, the legend, now there were myths that strength training doesn't match with martial arts and it makes you stiff and it makes you less agile and all. But the myth was broken when Van Damme came into picture. You know, he was with a very good physique. When Dolph Lundgren came into picture, we saw a lot of their, flexible skills. You know, Michael J. White is there. So they are all flexible athletes with very good physique, and that's what attracted me, and that's how I started training likewise. So, and I pretty much stay the same 365 days. So, yeah, I love my plain, simple food every day, the consistency into food, consistency into training, consistency into my sleeping habits. That's what I believe in.
And Nico, when it comes to sleep, how important is sleep in an athlete's life?
I think it's very important. You can't be, in my life at least, I don't go out, I don't party, I don't, I've never drank, I've never smoked, I've never done any like drugs or anything like that. And that stuff has to do with sleep, because if you're out partying, you're not sleeping. And especially when you're in camp, it's important to get 8 hours. Your body needs to rest. When you're sleeping, that's when it's resting the most. So I'm not a genius on that. I just know that when I'm tired, I go to sleep. I don't try to stay up. I'm not going out, partying and stuff. So when I'm tired, I go to bed.
And Nico, just for the aspiring youth of India who wants to get into sports, combat sports, what do you think the barrier between being the best and the legend?
I think discipline is the barrier. I'm not saying you can't ever go to a party. I've been to parties, of course, but there's a line which most people don't have the discipline to not cross. Like, if you do go out to a party, you're there briefly and you're not going to have fun. Because if everyone's drinking and smoking and doing this stuff around you and you're not going to have fun. So why even go? That discipline is the barrier between just being average and being like a legend, like you said.
Yeah. So as Nico rightly said before, you don't need to be an expert into a field of fitness or nutrition. The people already know that what is not to be done. Everybody knows about it. What is not to be done, be it training or be it nutrition, but they still don't do it. That's only and only because they are not disciplined in life. If they become disciplined, they can apply what they already have the knowledge. That's the problem.
True.
Yep.
So Nico, what do you feel is the hardest thing you've had to do in order to be who you are today, when it comes to your sports career or wherever you stand in life right now?
Honestly, just for me, the no partying and stuff is not hard, because I'm not into that stuff anyway, but remaining consistent is the toughest part, because every day you're training. When I'm in camp, at least I'm training, or I'm doing something 7 days a week, every day leading up to the fight. So that consistency is tough. That I would say that's the toughest thing.
What's your training hours like when you're in the camp?
When I'm in camp, it's twice a day. It's twice a day, Monday through Friday. Saturday would be once, and then Sunday would be once.
Okay, and how do you summarize it, differentiate between the two training sessions a day?
I would, early morning would be strength and conditioning, where we would either lift or run or do this and that, and then evening would be boxing or sparring or something technical. Boxing related. Yeah, technical stuff. And that's basically, it's that schedule every day.
And since you just mentioned lifting, how important do you rate lifting weights, even if you're into combat sports or a sport like boxing?
I think it's very important. I'll never be able to lift like Vispy, but I lift what I can, And I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not trying to be Mr. Olympia. But I need to lift enough weight to make my punches harder, make my punches faster. It's nothing crazy, but
Exactly.
it is important.
What is the kind of weight that a boxer lifts, or you would go for when you train?
Everybody's different. I've seen some strong boxers lift some crazy weights. But I don't lift a lot, like dumbbells. Like if I'm bench pressing, I'll do the most I've ever done was 80 pounds. I don't know in kgs what it is, but 80 pounds each dumbbell.
Which is decent.
That's the
heavy,
heaviest for
yeah,
me.
of course.
Yeah.
So it's never about how much weight you're lifting. It's about how you do it.
How you do.
And
That's
what's
right.
the movement? In strength and conditioning, it's about the explosivity when you train. That's more important.
Yeah, you're right.
Correct. When it comes to boxing, we know that in India, boxing as a sport is still growing. When it comes to US and Western countries, how's the career when it comes to a sport like boxing?
Boxing is getting bigger and bigger around the world, I think. Everyone still loves MMA, but MMA is less popular than boxing because it's newer.
Yeah.
So boxing just seems like it's getting bigger. We've got some great fighters in boxing today. So it keeps getting better and better. I would love to travel to India. I've never been.
You should.
But I would love to go and see what their love for boxing is. I would love to be there.
Let's plan, Nico.
Yeah, please.
Let's do it.
Let's do
do
it.
it. Whenever I'm not fighting,
and I think,
I'm ready to travel.
And Vispy sir here, he organizes big events, and when it comes to
Awesome.
sports and everything, I think Vispy sir, you should actually think about an event with him, something like that.
So I would love to host you, Nico.
Wow.
Thank you.
And let the people of India know what exactly goes behind a legendary family into boxing and how we've evolved, actually. And you're still very young. And
Yeah.
I think you can motivate youngsters better.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I would love to do it. I would love
Yeah.
to do it.
Sure, done. Let's plan then.
I'm actually.
Yes, sir.
I'm already getting chills hearing that you're gonna get him here.
Of course, we're gonna stay in contact after this.
Nico, from here, when we talk about combat sports, I know everybody loves to win. Winnings make you
Yes.
great in the ring, but I also wish to understand from you, how do you handle failures?
Well, I've lost twice in boxing. I've never been beat up in boxing. I've never had like a serious defeat because both my losses were like close decisions.
Yeah.
But they still feel terrible. And my first loss, I felt the worst. It was just very strong. It's because defeat is never fun. And but it motivated me to come back, and then I avenged that loss and ended up beating the guy who beat me.
Wow.
So that I mean, every loss is an opportunity for a greater comeback. So that's the way I view losses now.
Very nice.
Have you ever failed in any of your Guinness World Record?
So many times. So it's not about failing on that particular attempt or that particular day, but any martial arts forms, when you train, you start failing every day, and you try to stand up every day. That's more important. That's how you learn, actually. So those failures teach you,
So they basically.
and it makes you better.
They basically.
Yeah, it makes you better. It makes you better every time.
Correct.
But yes, that's the truth. Nobody likes failure because that feeling is very, very bad actually on you. You don't need to go through that failure rounds every time.
Correct.
But somehow that's the truth of life. Failures teach you a lot.
Do you go into a self-talk mode of yours?
Yeah, whenever I feel like I'm in a tough position, I feel like I'm not doing good, I'll definitely talk mentally to myself and try to figure out the problem and try to like hype myself up a little bit. It's very important. Positive self-talk is very important.
So self-talk is real.
Yes, of course.
And Vispy sir, what about you? Do you self-talk as well?
Yeah, it is very important because at that time, so it's actually said lights off. You don't see anything. You don't hear anything. It's just you talking to yourselves. You know.
Yeah.
So I am sure Nico would tell us about the corner guy telling him and advising him. Do you really hear that sound?
Yeah.
Like you when your corner guy tells you, advises you something, do you really hear that? And you really implement it, or you just go ahead with your own gut feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? So
That
no
makes
matter,
sense.
yeah, no matter how good the corner man is, no matter how good the advices are, but the athlete at that particular moment needs to go ahead with the gut feeling. That's more important. That's why self-talking is important.
Yep.
And Nico, when it comes to your training routine, how's your mindset different from going into a fight and going into?
Yeah, no, I don't train at the same intensity because, there's no intensity that can replicate a real fight. But I try to imagine the crowd. I try to imagine the same nerves. I try to get myself nervous before some trainings. The way that I'll be nervous before a fight. Because it's important to feel that before you actually go into a fight.
Wow, this is so detailed.
Yes.
So detailed. Wow.
It's very important.
But that's the truth, actually.
True.
No, every athlete undergoes a nervous streak, actually. Everybody.
But then
And that's important.
But then it is actually very new for me to hear that somebody is telling me that he visualizes that nervousness as well, or probably
Yes.
that, so that nervousness also becomes normal.
Yes.
At the time of the big fight.
And that's how you start talking to yourself.
True that.
Yes.
True that.
Yes.
Nico, what is that one thing that has inspired you to be at your best that you're today?
Honestly, seeing fighters today that I look up to, like Terrence Crawford and Alexander Usyk,
Right.
watching these guys accomplish amazing goals, that's very inspiring. So seeing that firsthand from guys that are very special, and guys who I feel like share the same morals as I do.
True.
It's important to see that,
And
and
how-
it's very, very motivational.
And how heavy is taking forward the legacy of Muhammad Ali? How do you handle that pressure, I would say?
I'm used to it now. I've had this legacy my whole life, even outside of boxing. So I'm used to it now. It's a blessing to have this kind of pressure. So I can't complain.
And was there ever a time where you felt that you do not want to take up boxing anymore?
Yeah, no. Many times I feel like it's too much. But I know that I can't ever quit. I just don't have quit in my body. And I keep going. Every lull I have, it just jumps me back to a higher point. And I just try to stay as motivated as I can and try to finish. My goal is to be champion, and I won't stop till I get there. So that's the goal.
When it comes to the youth, what would you suggest them to look up to initially to go about their training when they're training to become something big in life when it comes to boxing or any other combat sport?
I would say be careful who you look up to. A lot of people look up to the wrong athletes, to the wrong figures. If you look up to the right people, you'll know exactly what to do. Having someone to look up to is very important because, for me at least, when I have someone to look up to, I know what I want, and it's very important to just know who you're looking up to.
So if I ask Nico right now the top three names that come to your mind, who do you look up to?
My grandfather, Terrence Crawford. Those are the only two. Those are the only two that I could think of. Yeah.
Third one,
I keep my list short.
I would have loved to hear Mike Tyson.
Oh, of course. But he's not active. He's not active.
But then
Of course, he's given me so much advice. So,
I
of
really
course.
I really hope he sees this.
No, he probably will.
Wow. But then Mike Tyson is someone that every other person on the planet looks up to for his mindset.
Yeah, of course.
For the kind of aura that Mike and the great Muhammad Ali has given all of us over the period of time. And Nico, since you've been so close with them, what is the best advice you've ever heard or received from both of them?
My best advice from Mike Tyson was he just taught me about confidence. He just said, when you're confident, you're successful. So confidence was the biggest from Mike Tyson. And then with my grandfather back in the day, he told me to always stay in shape, which I told you I have been doing. So that's my biggest advice that I got from him. So I listened to them both, and I've stayed true to what they told me.
And if we go back to your childhood, how was your childhood? How did you actually enter boxing? How did you get into boxing?
It was fun. It was a normal one. It was just it was just me hanging out with my grandfather, us going to movies, doing magic tricks, doing stupid stuff. So it was very fun. And then when I turned 15 or 14, 15 is when I started boxing, and I started showing him clips of me boxing, and that's when we started bonding through boxing. But I had a very, very normal and fun childhood with him.
Wow. And Nico, just one last thing that I really wish to understand, and for the youth here as well, how do you declutter your life? So I'm sure there's a lot of noise around a lot of us, but when you have to stay focused, how do you declutter your life and energy to stay positive all the time?
I pray a lot. I pray a ton. I think it's very important to have faith, no matter what your faith is. I think it's very important to pray. I think having that spirituality is key in success. So that's my biggest key to success. Forget everything else I said. My biggest key to success is my prayer and my faith.
And Nico, this is just so amazing that every guy who's achieved something in their life always owes it to spirituality somehow.
Yeah, it's true.
Which I believe a lot of people don't really focus on, but listening from everybody who comes here and speaks about it, I think it is again one major part of your success.
Sure, for sure.
So you're like very spiritual when it comes to your career, in your career?
Of course. Yeah, no, everything I do is with prayer and through my faith and through my spirituality. Everything is through there. That's how my grandfather was. That's exactly how I am. That's how I will always be. And that's how I will remain successful.
And Nico, what do you have to say about athletes now getting into entrepreneurship as well? Because every
very
athlete
important
has a certain lifespan that he can actually fight or play any sport. And we just heard Khabib telling someone that you're 35 and you should stop, you should let the young come over. So what is your mindset when it comes to entrepreneurship for athletes in life?
It's important to have a backup plan. For me, it is that business. I studied business in school, so always have a backup plan. Never only do fighting. Never only do whatever sport you're in. Always have a backup plan, and business is key. So education is key.
Very, very lovely to hear that, because this is something that we feel everybody should now, understand that giving 100% to sports is okay, but then there's a certain lifespan to it. So you should also focus on another revenue stream when it comes to life. When is the next fight happening, and with who?
I don't know anything yet. I just know hopefully it'll be in the next couple months. It'll be early next year, and I'm just looking forward to being able to announce all that stuff.
So
I don't even know where it'll be.
And how does the fight actually take place? Like what is the whole procedure?
I do whatever my team team tells me. Whenever my team or my manager says there's a fight coming up, there's a fight coming up. But I'm always in shape. I'm always ready to go. So I take whatever I got.
And how long do you generally take to get ready for a fight?
I can get ready in 6 weeks. I can get ready in 6 weeks.
That is quick.
Yeah, no, I'm for sure 6 to 8 weeks is my time frame.
But then it's more like an army training, I believe. Just how army is practicing every day, but not for a fight. Maybe
I
for
know,
a fight
I know.
once
I'm in
10 years.
shape, so once that time comes, I'm ready to go.
Wow, so probably you've got the same mindset, the same body, the same intensity all year round, and that helps you to
Of course.
probably get ready in 6 weeks, because that is shit quick.
Thank you so much for.
Thank you, Nico. Thank you so much. For
Thank
your
you,
time.
brother.
And
Thank you for having me on here. I hope I was able to help and spread some inspiration. I really hope
yeah,
so.
so I would love to see you in India with us.
Awesome. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you so much, brother, for joining us.
But we will be in touch. It's an honor being and chatting with you right now, and we will be in touch very soon. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Great meeting you.
Thank you. See you. Be with the Indian Army. Take care.